Hello, I'm Magus, and today I'm going to be talking about depression. More specifically, other people's depression and how you can handle it without being a complete jerk. Now, this is a topic few people understand, which is one reason I'm discussing it today. My family, especially, is rather ignorant of the possibilities of mental issues, and now depression covers a wide range of things. There's plenty of causes for depression, and a lot of people go through it at some point in their lives. It's a terrible experience, still not very well understood. So, being understanding is an important step, and learning whatever you can about the issue will help you if either you go through it or if anyone you care about does. So, it's something to keep in mind. While I'm not going to discuss much about the extremes of depression where suicidal ideation is concerned, and I mean, anxiety is an overlaying thing with depression, but they are separate issues. Depression itself should be treated mostly with just actual concern. If you care about the person, try to be involved with them. A depressed person has a lot of difficulty finding the motivation to do anything, and a lot of people tell them awful advice like, oh, just change your point of view about it, or, just look on the bright side of things, which is all well and good, but a lot of it is a chemical issue more than just an emotional one. And even if it is just a trying time that is adding up, you can't just think about it differently and hope it all goes away. Depression is a medical illness, just like anything else would be, and it should be treated with the same severity as a broken bone or anything else. But people often dismiss it and think, oh, it's too much just in your head, while literally true, figuratively not the case. And so being understanding is the first step when dealing with the situation, either you are going through it yourself or someone else. You have to understand that everything you're thinking is probably not rational, and the degree of it is probably extreme. Now, the worst thing you can do when dealing with someone else that has depression is to snap at them, to start getting angry or frustrated. And it can be difficult dealing with someone that is down all the time. I mean, everyone's had to deal with it at some point, especially if it's a significant other or something along those lines where you're around them constantly. And depression's a long-term thing. It is something that requires proper treatment, doctor's help, and work, constant work. And it's not something that just goes away, which a lot of people don't understand. You have a couple bad days, it's not the same as actually being depressed. So, the first thing you can do is realize your limits. Now, it's difficult to be around someone that is upset all the time. Still be supportive. But if there's ever a point where it's too much for you, if you really can't take being around that kind of attitude, explain it to them. Don't yell, don't snap off at them or anything along those lines. Just explain rationally, like, hey, I understand you're going through a tough time. I want to be supportive too, but there's only so much I personally can handle. And while I still care about you, I still want to help you, and I'm going to continue helping you, I just need some time alone myself. And this can happen with on either side of it, of course. There's depressed people that are asocial or introverts in general that can't really handle the direct interference of too many people. Everyone processes these kind of emotions differently, and there's no way to just tell how someone's going to handle it. And so, just be comforting, be reassuring, be helpful to the best of your ability. That's all you could ever really try to do with any kind of mental illness. Now, if you are going through these thoughts, if you are feeling suicidal or depressed, contact someone, family, friends, and get medical help. A lot of people don't understand it, and in a lot of cases, to properly treat depression is going to require medications and a lot of time, a lot of testing different medications, and a lot of work. It's difficult, and it's a constant process, just like staying fit would be or anything else. So it's a lot to keep in mind, and it's a hard thing to handle, but it's a very important topic. Your loved ones will go through rough patches, or you will, and being understanding and not being too forceful is really important, because you never want to push someone too far. You always want to help, but you can't be overbearing. And hopefully it doesn't occur, but if someone would ever do something as drastic as suicide or a suicide attempt, you cannot blame yourself. No matter what's occurring, as difficult as it may be, keep in mind that you have no idea what's processing through their head. If you notice someone's in distress, if someone's acting odd even, just, how are you doing today? What's going on, man? That kind of conversation can go a long way. And especially in the workplace, in school, the military, that kind of conversation needs to occur a lot more. Across both genders, but especially men. Unfortunately, many men are insecure, as people tend to be, and aren't willing to talk about their feelings. But if something's really weighing on you, you have to be man enough to be able to discuss it. It's an issue that is pretty important. Now, this is just my first attempt at a topic of the day, and it's because I would like to think that this will either help someone with a paper or someone be less of a jerk. It's my only goal with these style of videos. Just try to be understanding, help other people. I mean, that's all you could really want in the end, right? Is be a little more caring, have a slightly happier world. It's all there is in the end, right? You only have each other. So, just a thought for the day. Hope you all have a wonderful time.